Hi, my name is Chanat. I, on behalf of my group members Ashita, Kashin, Natapon, Yani, would like to present a tropical rainforest indigenous group in Brazil known as the Yanomami. Our main goal today here is to discuss the threats that the group is facing and the impacts of those threats that the Yanomami people are facing currently. Before we get into discussing the threats, we would like to talk about them in general. It was not until the 18th century that the first Western European explorer, Alexander Humboldt, encountered the Yanomami. He described them as a dangerous war-mongering group of people, and their reputation has changed very little since this time. The Yanomami, or South American Indians, and speakers of a Shiriana language who would live in the remote forests of the Orinoco River Basin in southern Venezuela and the northernmost reaches of the Amazon River Basin in northern Brazil. In the early 21st century, the Yanomami probably numbered about 32,000 individuals throughout some 200 to 250 villages. Now, here we come to the most important part of today's video, the threats that the Yanomami people are facing. As of today, the Yanomami people are under threat due to economic factors including mining, cattle ranching, lodging, and exploitation of natural resources. The Yanomami tribes lives in the world's third most biodiverse area on Earth, which puts the Yanomami people under threat due to economic factors, which over the years has been the cause of Yanomami people's deaths. The laws in Brazil are changing due to Brazil's harsh economic conditions, with more than two-thirds of Brazil's population relying on government financial aids. Due to budget cuts in the Brazilian government, the Yanomami territory in the Amazon is now unprotected. This has caused many mining companies to invade their territory. The Brazilian government, who does not have the money to protect the Amazon forest and those who inhabited it. With the government desperate for money and the Amazon rainforest is slowly becoming their ATM machine, growing the economy by the production and sales of lumber, gold, pharmaceuticals, cattle, and poultry will help boost the economy. The Brazilian Congress is currently debating a bill which, if approved, will permit large-scale mining in the indigenous territories, which will be extremely harmful to the Yanomami and other remote tribes in Brazil. Davi Copenaua is a Yanomami shaman and a Portuguese spokesperson for the Yanomami Indians in Brazil. In a video on the survivalinternational.org webpage titled "Our Land is Our Heritage," he says the following quote in Portuguese: "Our land has to be respected. Our land is our heritage, a heritage which protects us. Mining will only destroy nature. It will only destroy the streams and the rivers and kill the fish and kill the environment and kill us, and bring in diseases which never existed in our land." Here he's bringing on a point on how the effects on mining will severely destroy nature. Mining is illegal in the Amazon and is extremely harmful to the indigenous peoples and the environment as a whole, as we mentioned earlier. Mining requires trees to be cut down, which is by definition deforestation, depriving the Amazon of its fresh supply of atmospheric oxygen from treetops. Mining will also destroy rivers and aquatic organisms due to all the pollution caused by the construction of gold mines. In recent years, the Yanomami tribe has faced an increased number of mercury poisoning related deaths along with a rising number of illegal gold miners flooding into their rainforest. Not only are they facing mercury poisoning, sorry, which are also facing other diseases such as the flu, the measles virus, and now COVID-19, which is ongoing. The Yanomami describes the crisis situation in the Amazon Basin, where rainforest trees are being felled for use as commercial timber, the land cleared for ranching, and thousands of peasants from Brazil's overcrowded cities arrive in search of a better life. The Yanomami is the oldest Indian tribe living in the forest. Unlike our own civilization, which uses natural resources with little thought for the future, the Yanomami would lead a way of life in harmony with nature, which, undisturbed, would survive with the forest for the next 20,000 years and more. The Indians' existence, and that of millions of animals and plant species, is threatened by the destruction of the trees and the arrival of the incomers. Outsiders assume that the soil is permanently rich and expect that once trees are cleared, the land will be very productive. But after 2 years, no crops will grow. Why? Because the richness of the jungle is in the trees, not in the soil. The delicate balance of nature is being systematically removed, and soon the rainforests, which are crucial to the world's ecosystem, will disappear together with the Indians and the wildlife. So the question arises, is there the time or the will to save them? Here is a graph of Amazon's deforestation over the past decade. You can see that it deforestation has been quite a severe problem, and especially now in 2020, you can see in the graph 47,000 square kilometers have been deforested this year. And that's not only due to the fact that gold miners have been invading the territories of Yanomami, but that all but the recent wildfires in the Amazon have also had a significant bearing on the amount of deforestation and destruction that's been done to the Amazon. This limits the resources that the Yanomami needs in their daily lives. So the longer the deforestation continues, the worse the lifestyle of the Yanomami will be due to not having access to enough resources. So our final thoughts on this are the Yanomami tribe, as well as other indigenous tribes, should be given legal ownership of their territories. The forest code should be reevaluated and have parts of it change. Granting amnesty to those who exploit the world's largest rainforests shouldn't be allowed. Deforestation is a serious issue in the Amazon and has massive impacts on groups such as the Yanomami that rely on the Amazon for resources. If the Amazon ceases to exist, rainfall will decrease around the region, and a large area of South America will suffer from drought, which will doubtless cause even more long-term impacts. So please consider what the Yanomami people are going through right now and think of ways to replant the Amazon back to how it was before. I'll say it again, deforestation is a serious issue. I cannot stress that enough, especially for these groups who are so dependent on the rainforests. Without their rainforests, imagine how their lives would turn out. They would become unhealthy, unwealthy, and be in grave danger to those diseases that mining brings in particular. That being said, thank you for your participation, and please protect the rainforest.